Welcome everybody. We're still in Florence. We're walking over to, so on this trip, much like when I was in Greece, and I went to the Acropolis Museum and kind of fell in love with that museum. On that trip to Greece, I had gone to the Acropolis Museum on 3 separate days. And much like that, in Florence, actually every full day I've been here now, I will have been to the Gallery l'Accademia, where Michelangelo's David is, and a lot of great works of art are. Because I went the first day, my family couldn't get a ticket the first day, so they got a reserved ticket for the second day and got me one too, so I went with them. And I think I mentioned it, but because they couldn't make it on the first day and we all really like Michelangelo, I didn't tell them I was going to do this, but I just on the first time I went, I didn't even look at the statue of David. So I was like, we'll all experience that together. And then on this yesterday, we kind of met up in the same spot before the door where the David's room was, and we all sort of walked in at the same time. So that was nice. And then after the museum that day, I was like, I gotta go back again. So I bought a reservation ticket for the next day, which is now today, to go back. And so the reserved ticket was for opening time. And the guy kind of pitched it as I only got opening at 8:15 a.m. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's exactly, I want to get there as soon as possible so I could have as much time as I want. So yeah, it's there's a proverb or whatever about compromises where it's I guess it's more of a one man's trash is another man's treasure. Most people probably don't want to have to get there at 8:15 a.m., but I do. I was happy to take that one. It's actually the one I would want the most, because also it means that I'll be spending a lot of my time at the museum before any of my family members even wake up. So they will probably I'll be out of the museum sooner, and it won't even interfere with stuff they're doing. But I basically told them anything you want to do, don't hesitate, just do it without me. It's totally fine, because it's our last day in Florence. Because I don't want to make them, they're all very nice, and they feel bad if anyone would miss out on something. But how I like to do trips, and I spend a lot of time at museums and stuff, so I was like, don't feel like you have to wait for anything. Just do whatever you want, and then we'll meet up, and we can do other stuff after. There is one thing I want to try and do, which is, hold on, let me see if I can put in the gallery on Google Maps. So there's one thing I want to try and do, which is the Leonardo da Vinci interactive exhibit, which is, my understanding is that it's not a museum of da Vinci's artworks, but rather it's kind of like a thing they had in New Jersey, or maybe it was in New York, where I grew up. We would always take a field trip to this place called the Liberty Science Center, that was made for kids, but it was really cool. It was all these interactive exhibits that you could piece together or go through a maze or whatever, and it you'd learn about science by doing them, but we always just liked doing it because it was cool, it was fun. So I guess it worked. It worked as intended. But this Leonardo da Vinci thing is like that, but for basically all of his he created all those inventions on paper, but he wasn't able to build them, a lot of them, because they didn't have the resources to figure out how to do it. So this museum, they built all of his inventions, which I think is awesome. So I'm gonna get something to eat before going to the museum, so I'm gonna put this over the camera real quick. And we shall reconvene here in a second. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Can I have one of these, and then also one of? Oh. I'll take the one in the back. Yeah. And then also a this orange one.
You eat here?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And then for a drink, can I have a Americano, please?
Coffee, American coffee.
Thank you.
Un caffè americano, che ti serve?
5 euro. Preferisco perfetto. Benissimo per quegli spiccioli che c'ho per ora. Grazie.
Is it okay to?
Allora, un caffè americano, credo.
C'è un piccolo che era salito così. E io l'ho visto e io facevo
Questi sono i futuri delle attive. È schizzato. Un bambino si riuscirà a fare questi versi. No, interattivo.
Sono sul tetto Marco.
Cioè è uno che dà il capo,
Ah, che protagonista.
questo è una brutta figura.
Allora, caffè americano?
Thank you.
Ecco, Harry.
Do you also have milk?
Milk?
Yeah.
Hot or cold?
Hot. Sorry, cold, please. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you.
Prego.
Farà che prendere.
Sì, quello di sicuro. Proprio la stranezza è bellissimo.
It's early in the morning. I don't know hot or cold, apparently. Oh.
Guarda, penso di preso perché mi pare non vedo il preso. Guarda. Yes! Yes! Oppure il gatto a casa del nonno, guarda. Il gatto a casa del nonno. Voleva chiudere. Guardi la moto bellissima. Guarda. Mi sono fatto vedere. Sono andato in Deschiavitados. Com'è il tuo? Invece sono là. Per fortuna oggi non arriva la messa perché oggi
So it's in the museum. I basically have a window of 15 minutes where I can get in. What I want to do is buy like not like a bag of chips because it's too loud, but like a Nutri-Grain box. And then oh,
Per tornare
thank you.
alle 10, alle 9:30 dal Tiburtino o alle 10
And then can I pay the check with you? The check? Oh.
Adesso arriva Costanza, ai tempi miei
dopo c'è la tranvia.
Però poi dopo
Il problema è che loro lo devono prendere la notte, la mattina presto, perché la sera
per
c'hanno...
andare. No, allora,
No, per tornare.
Per tornare e si tornerebbe
Allora,
con il pullman. Per
e
andare si è presa
c'avevi
10 euro.
una
si è presa
pastina?
10 euro il biglietto del treno.
What's that?
Si può
Che
essere
aveva
mezzo
preso lui,
mezzogiorno
Giuse?
a Go.
Oh, what did I get? Oh, it was excuse me. It was one of these and then these and Americano.
Il pullman qui che
Il pullman è tipo così.
4,20.
Se si paga all'andata si va da noi. Prima di questo direttamente.
Poi rimangano tutti bloccati all'uscita dell'autostrada, pullman di qua. Come l'altra volta. La partita sono arrivate... Ah, ecco.
L'importante è giovedì mattina non aver cose importanti.
Allora, un momento, un
Thank you.
momento.
Che devo fare?
Ma che devo fare?
Non venga a fare un investimento, no, venga a vedere.
Investimento
O magari c'è da andare già a fare.
Ah, thank you.
Grazie.
Thank you very much.
Tra l'altro ogni investimento non riesce a fare perché ha fatto tardi, non so che sta mai investimento.
That was great. That was a little sandwich and a pastry and an Americano coffee. And the whole thing was €4.20. It's pretty cheap. You can't get that near the city center. That kind of price, I mean. Okay, how do I cross this? So now it's 8:12. So it's exactly the time that I would get into the museum. Technically, I don't need to get food that I could bring in, but if I could find something on the way, it would be great. Yeah, as with Japan or any place, Greece or whatever, it's always better to go to a cafe or a restaurant that's like separated enough from the kind of like general tourist area because it's cheaper, but it's also got more character. And of course, you know, on these shows we've done that with a million places by now, and it always turns out that it's a better experience for one reason or another. Okay, so we want to take a right.
Lei può farlo. Ti dà una mano,
Excuse me. Okay, so it's 4 minutes to get to this place. Unless there's a thing where I can buy something like right outside the museum, we'll just call it. You know, I'll just walk in. Because I don't want to miss my window.
Paragola con se stesso perché tutte le anime.
It should be right down this street. Apparently I have a water in my bag, I just felt it. So we would just want a bag, not a bag of chips. Something that's quiet that you could eat in the museum. And something that won't explode in my backpack. So for example, I wouldn't want it to be like a, you know, pastry shop thing that's wrapped in like a, you know, little paper sack. I want it to be like hermetically sealed. Maybe at this newsstand. I don't know if they sell food though. I've noticed a lot of newsstands here don't sell food. You know, usually you'd expect them to have a fridge with little bottles. Oh, this does. Okay, let's see. They have chips and only chips. Yeah, chips are so dangerous because if your bag goes down the wrong way, the bag pops and all the chips start coming out. Oh, I gotta get cash too. I keep forgetting to do that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna put this over the camera real quick. Wait, how do I enter? I don't know. I'm walking back and forth in front of this place. I don't know how to get in the door. From 8 a.m. It should be open. I guess it's not open. Damn. Oh, that's okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. This is what I need. Okay, yeah. Oops. 1, 2. Which is plenty. Good. Perfect. Oh.
¿Ya la gusta? Sí, dame una.
Allora, 4, 5, 10. 10 è? 10 e 78.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Oh, can I also have a bag, please? Oh.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Thank you. Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Lasci me va.
Okay, let's call it a show. I don't know why I didn't just stop the show before I went in, but I got 3 energy bars, so that'll be great. Now, let's close it out. bye.
Quando vedi video